The Colorado Buffaloes just landed an absolute baller. 4-star defensive back, Preston Ashley here. Let's talk about it on the CU Scoop. Welcome to the CU Scoop. I'm your host, Philip Dukes, a.k.a. Dukesthescoop. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at Dukesthescoop. And please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to become a member to support, go look into this description for this YouTube video. Go scroll to the bottom. You'll see the link. Become a member. Talking fast. I ain't got a ton of time. Wanted to get this video out. Oh, and as you can see, I got on my MDJ Originals. Make sure you check out the MDJ Originals on Instagram and Twitter, wherever you can find them at. You got the best custom gear. You see everybody in Colorado wearing it, and appreciate you sending me some of that pack in. Let's get into Preston Ashley. This is big. This is a huge commitment. A guy that you can use all over the secondary, a 4-star guy. He's going to help you in the ratings. Him going to Colorado, he chose Colorado over Florida and Florida State. We'll see if he cancels his Florida State OV. The original plan was for him to take, this is why it's so big. The original plan was for him to take his OVs in the fall, right? Florida, Florida State. He's got like 20, 25 offers, something like that, something crazy. Got a bunch of offers. But he wanted to take his OVs originally in the fall. Well, Colorado was able to get him in right before the dead period. And the recruiting dead period is when you can't have in-person communication with a recruit. So no OVs, no unofficial visits. And I think that lasts until the season, I believe. But this was the weekend. But this was the last week to do it. They got it done, and they did such a good job. Mr. Ashley wanted to commit. I think that's a great job when you talk about Corey Phillips, when you talk about Box, Livingston, you just talk about the team, Ray, everybody who's there. I forgot my other guy now. I'm going to find his name in a second. But when you talk about everything that they were able to do and put together without Coach Prime being there, I think that's huge. To be able to get a commit, to keep it rolling without Coach Prime being there, that only speaks volumes into what Colorado was building inside that building. No pun intended. So let's talk about Mr. Ashley. You know what? I'm gonna start with a quote. I got this quote from inside the building, and I just asked a simple question. I said, "Tell me about why." So, and I just want to put this out there. I know we always talk about the stars. We always talk about how he's rated. That's good. I think stars and ratings are absolutely needed or necessary in this business. But what's more important is how a school or how a defense or how a team sees a particular player. This is how the Colorado Buffaloes see Preston Ashley. I got this from the building. First off, the mentality. He's an absolute predator. Second, he can play corner and nickel, great ball skills, and he plays with the next play mentality. That's coming straight from Colorado. When I hear things like that, kind of reminds me of the honey badger a little bit. And when we watch some of the film, you'll see some of those traits. A guy that you can play all over the field, is going to compete regardless of size. He goes like 5'10", 5'11", about 170 pounds. I see him probably being about 185 on the next level. But someone who can play outside in, very physical, can cover, can run, a smart player, and he's a predator, seeking out to make a play. That's why I say he reminds me a little bit of the honey badger. But let's go check out some of his highlights. Let's just go check this out. Huge pickup for the Buffaloes. All right, we got my boy loaded up. Let's check him out. One touchdown, 68 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, and 3 TFLs, tackles for loss. All right, that's him at the top right here. Watches the block. Okay, boom. Scoop and score. Give it a house and a home. Took it to the apartments, to the crib. Hey, a little bit of excitement. Okay. A little motorbike. Okay, that's him in the slot right here. Shuffle step. Okay. Good and run support. Oh, that's a forced fumble. He punched that out. Peanut punch. It's him right here again in the slot. Blitz. Bat out of hell. He's aggressive. That's him. That's him right here. Doesn't take the cheese on the motion. What a baby you strap that one. Hold up. So when I said doesn't take the cheese on the motion, see some guys when they don't know where they're supposed to be, they would have followed that guy all the way to the other side of the field. Now we do also understand that he was in the zone, but he shadowed him and didn't get caught up in the eye candy. I think that's really important. IQ. You see, you can blitz him. You see him in the slot. Once again, dry your feet, young man. There we go. That's him. You see him one. Hello. Hello. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello. Watch him. Boom. Hey, I like this kid. Mr. Ashley. Why you cutting up like this, brother? All right, back pedal, boom, pass break up. Get the ball at its highest point against a taller receiver. There we go. Against a taller receiver. Hold on. We got to watch this one. Let's go back and watch this. Okay, you see him right here. Clearly a taller receiver. Back pedal, drive on the ball. Opposite hand. Get to the highest point, sir. Great play. Run your feet. Man, hey, listen. He takes it personal getting outside on the perimeter. You won't get outside on him. Okay, take the wheel. Take it downfield. Okay, boy. Fade ball, they tried him. No. What we got here? Okay, boom. That's him right here. Yeah. Leaving this man to make the play. Hey, man, I tell you one thing. If he ain't got nothing else, this is what they call a trigger. Watch this. That's him right here. When he recognizes the play, he doesn't wait. Boom! Trigger. Only thing I would want to see right there is for him to absolutely just like maul the guy. And that's going to come with strength and conditioning. But you cannot teach that trigger. When you see guys like that trigger in that manner, good things happen for the defense. Watch this one more time. This is what I like to see right here. Back pedal, trigger. Blue. Yes, sir. For the rest of his highlights, man, y'all make sure y'all go check him out on Huddle. Go check him out on Instagram, social media, show him some love. So what we've seen is a very explosive athlete. We've seen a defensive back that likes to cover, but also loves to tackle. We've seen a smart defensive back. And we've seen a guy who once he touches the ball, he's a threat to take it the whole way. He returned some kicks at his high school in Mississippi. So a huge pickup when you think about a Preston Hodge, someone, how important was Preston Hodge to that defense? Or how important was a guy like Cameron Silman Craig, somebody who can get everybody lined up? And this is a guy who could play both positions. Positional versatility is so important in today's game because you cannot, and I say this all the time, but you can't tell what I'm doing from where I am on the field. There are some guys that if you put them in a slot, I know he's not blitzing because he doesn't have the capability. There are some guys that you put on a perimeter that I know I'm going at him because I know he can't cover. Well, this is a guy that you can't get a key on because he can do everything well. He's a 4-star for a reason. Now, still has I think it's going to be big to see. He took his Colorado official visit first. It's going to be big to see if he shuts down his other OVs. But right now, you got to be excited about having a guy like this in the class. I think as he continues to develop, he's another guy. When you think about the young guys you got, like Branch, I really like Branch. When you talk about R.J. Johnson, you talk some of the guys who haven't played a lot, who have a lot of eligibility left. You can see the makers of a really special secondary in Colorado for years to come. This is just another guy in the lineage of what they're building there. DBU on the way. Who knows? But for sure, you got to, if you're a Buff fan, you got to be excited. So, man, shout out to that team. Shout out to Coach Matthews. Shout out to Coach Livingston. Shout out to Corey Phillips. Shout out to Coach Box. And shout out to the Colorado Buffaloes for a huge pickup when I don't think a lot of people were predicting this at all, man. So, especially going up against Florida and Florida State as the top three. Great job for the Buffs. And if you are a CU Buffalo fan, you should be excited. All right, that's my time. I want to give you guys a quick update. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to see more of this type content, go become a member. We appreciate it. Hey, you see figuring it out. We got a little film session today. So, hey, man, I'm excited about it for what's to come, and I can't wait for the season. See you guys soon.